alaikum guys. So today's video is on dissertation tips. I'm going to give you guys 4 tips that I either personally learned through experience of doing my dissertation or friends and family have given me from their experiences. I hope these tips help you guys out in getting the grade that you guys want. The first tip is shout it out, I want a first. I personally went to my dissertation supervisor right at the beginning and I said to her, I want a first. I don't want to aim for a 2-1, I want a first. And I will go above and beyond, so push me and tell me what I need to do in order to get that first. What we know is that our dissertation supervisor doesn't tell us what grade we're at when they're grading our work. They're not allowed to. When I was on my final draft and we were doing the changes, I said, Simone, is there anything else I need to do? And she said, no, it's perfect. And because she said that to me and she knew that I wanted it first, in my mind I felt like she can't give me anything else. And alhamdulillah, that's the grade that I got. So that's what I'm saying. Tell them from the beginning. Tip number 2 is build a relationship with your supervisor. I've noticed that some people, when it comes to their dissertation supervisor, they don't take full advantage. They treat them like their other lecturers, where they only ask them questions and also they only talk to them when they need to hand in the work. Your supervisor is not like that. Your supervisor is your first marker of your dissertation. They hold a lot of power, and I feel like if you build that relationship where you continuously speak to them about the work that you're doing, the research that you're doing, if you communicate with them, make them feel invested in your work and make them feel like it's their work, they will feel like they want it to succeed and that they want it to get the grade that it deserves. So I remember my supervisor, I used to email her every time I found something exciting, or I used to email her whenever I felt like my dissertation was changing direction, so she feels like it's her work. But just keep that communication going. Tip number 3 is plan. Honestly, I'm a crazy planner. I do lists, charts, everything, but even if you're not a planner, plan for your dissertation, because it is kind of overwhelming the amount of work that you need to do. But as soon as you plan, you won't be overwhelmed anymore, because I remember thinking, how am I going to do this? This is scary. And as soon as I sat down, I was like, okay, so these are all the sections, this is how much time I have. Once I kind of broke it down that way and I mentally knew what was expected of me, I became much more calm and my work kind of became better because of that. And the reason why it's really important to plan is the big part of dissertation is the research. Your research makes your dissertation. The more you've researched, the better your work is. So if you plan your time wisely, you'll have more time to research, and therefore your dissertation will be much better than it would have been if you didn't plan your time. Tip number 4 is go the extra mile. When I started my dissertation, I felt like it was very structured. All dissertations are, you're meant to do an introduction, literature review, methodology, so on and so forth. But what I noticed is when we had a time in university where they gave us dissertations from previous students and we looked through them and they were from different grades, I noticed the people that got the first are the ones that their dissertation had sections that other dissertations didn't have. I remember one of the dissertations had a part before the introduction which was kind of time management. How much time am I going to spend on each section? When my first draft is due? Just basically planning and showing your plan in your dissertation. Your dissertation supervisor doesn't tell you to do that. There's nowhere in the dissertation handbook that tells you to do that. But they went the extra mile. And going the extra mile, it shows your supervisor, shows your second marker that you're taking this seriously and it's important to you. And even though it has nothing to do with your research and your content, it still makes your work better. It makes your work stand out and it makes them think this person deserves a first because they went the extra mile. I'd like to say that I really wanted to do this video end of last year, around November time, because I feel like that's when the dissertation period is starting, and I know you guys are midway through, almost handed in your drafts or your final drafts. But I think even if you feel like you've been cold with your dissertation supervisor and you haven't been speaking to them, building a relationship, it's not too late. Next time you have a meeting with them, or try and have a meeting with them, just talk to them and just tell them what you've gone through so far with your research process. Be really thankful. I'm not saying like butt kiss, but I'm saying be appreciative of the help that they're giving you. And tell them about the plans you have, tell them how excited you are about the research. Honestly, those little things help. And also, if you haven't told them that you want a first, tell them then. So those are my 4 tips for you guys. I hope you guys found it helpful. I kind of breezed through them, so if you guys want me to elaborate on any of them or you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. If you want to ask me anonymously, ask me on my Ask FM as usual. Also, all the viewers who have graduated and been through the dissertation process, please leave your comments below and let's help out those who are going through their dissertation now, and give extra tips that I possibly maybe didn't figure out when I was doing mine, because ideas and tips are meant to be shared. If you guys have any requests for future videos, as usual, ask me on my Ask FM or comment below. And also, I wanted to let you guys know my next video will be a bit different. On the 1st of February it's World Hijab Day, and of course as a Muslim woman I take a lot of pride in my hijab. I love my hijab. For that day I wanted to do a little video, something different. And that will be going up. Hopefully, I want it to go up on the 1st of Feb, but inshallah, if not, it will be going up on the 2nd of February. So look out for that. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, subscribe. Also, sorry about the change of lighting. I'm using daylight, like a donut I filmed just before Maghrib, so it's daylight going down. Inshallah, that's the end of the video. Assalamu alaikum to all of you guys, and until next week, take care.